Well, good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to a new English class. I am your teacher, Winston de Velasco. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that everything is okay in your life. So, I'm going to explain you. I remember that yesterday we studied the last part of how to make superlatives. Remember, if you have a short adjective, I gave you some rules. And on another hand, I remember that I gave you how to make superlatives with long adjectives. I'm going to start sharing the screen with all of you. And on that screen, I'm going to give you feedback about yesterday's explanation. Yes? We studied everything related with unit number 3. And today I'm going to give you more ways to compare and make superlatives. So this is it. Look at this. This is what you need to do. We need to check all this Word file, and in this Word file, we're going to see more ways to compare. Just to remind you, short adjectives, remember, if you have short adjectives and you want to make comparatives, you need to make the following stuff. You need to add er at the end. Remember that I gave you the example of smart. It's going to change to smarter. Más inteligente. That's the meaning in Spanish. Then, if you have the adjective tall, you're going to change it to taller, which in this case is going to be más alto. So, I'm going to give you other short adjectives, and you're going to help me to change it into the comparative way. So, we got old, and we got fast, and we got the following adjective. So, old, if you follow the structure, how it's going to change. Who can tell me through the chat? Who can tell me in a message, okay, older, old is going to change to how? If we add the rule, old is going to change to what? Tell me through the chat, please. Anyone? What about Alex, Joanna, Erika, Letty, Mark? Who can tell me? If I send you old through the chat, how it's going to change in the comparative way? Old to what? Well, in this case, we will have to change it to older. Thanks so much, Mark. Daniela, yes, you're right. It's going to change to older. It's just a review session, remember? Fast is going to change to faster. Yes? These are the small rules that I gave you the previous class. I wanted you to have it in mind because I don't want that you forget it. You're going to use it in following classes. So, I remember that I gave you also those adjectives that ends with Y. Well, in this case, you will have to exchange the Y for an I, and you will have to add ER. Yes? So that's why I wrote down a couple of sentences for you. Crazy is going to change to crazier. Lazy is going to change to lazier. Happy is going to change to happier. And I gave you exceptions. For instance, good is going to change to better. Bad is going to change to worse. And big, remember you need to double the last word. It's going to change to bigger. Remember, it's something that you remember how to do it. The second part, we got the comparatives, and I gave you the sandwich rule, right? First of all, if you want to make a comparative with long adjectives, you need to add the sandwich rule. The first part is this: the word more plus the adjective plus than, right? For instance, more, it means this in Spanish. Then we need to use the adjective, and then we need to use the word than. Right here, I wrote the first sentence: my mom is more beautiful than yours. So maybe I can say, I think that she is more beautiful than me. Yes? It's one way to remember the sandwich rule. More popular than, more interesting than, more handsome than, and so on and so on. And I remember that I gave you how to make superlatives with short and long adjectives. Remember, if you want to make a superlative, you need to add, first of all, the word the, and then the word est at the end of the adjective. The smartest. Tony is the smartest in the classroom. And also, I gave you the rule for those adjectives that ends in y. You need to exchange it for est. So we have crazy, the craziest, lazy, the laziest, and obviously we got deceptions. Bad is going to change to worst, good is going to change to best, big is going to change to biggest. That was yesterday's explanation. In case that you got behind or in case that you didn't attend to the class. Also, we got the superlatives with long adjectives. I remember that the superlatives with long adjectives, first of all, you need to add the word, the most, and then the adjective, and then where you want to say. The most important person in my life is my mom. Yes, the most. The most beautiful, the most handsome, and so on and so on. Even I made a sentence with Joacine as an example. That was yesterday's class, in case that you didn't attend. Now, I'm going to share with you another thing, and with that, we will complete the class. First of all, I'm going to share with you another Word file where I'm going to explain you other ways to compare and make superlatives. This is the file that I want to share with all of you. Look at this. Right here, I wrote down a couple of rules, a couple of structures that you need to follow to make other ways to compare. It sounds a little bit complicated, but it is not. You can make it very, very well. First of all, in this first part, we got other ways to compare. Right here in other ways to compare, we can make the following sentences. First of all, if you use the structure as, space as. The structure must be executed in the following way. As is going to be the comparative, plus you need to use an adjective or an adverb, and the word that you need to add after the adjective of the verb is the word as. We got the first examples. People enjoy the celebration as best, look, as best as they can. If you translate this sentence into Spanish, it will be something like this. La gente disfruta la celebración lo mejor que ellos pueden, as best as they can, lo mejor que ellos pueden. We got another sentence. People start working as best as they can. La gente empieza a trabajar lo mejor que ellos pueden. Number 3. You, please send me the homework as soon as possible. Tú, por favor, envíame la tarea lo más rápido posible. But, to make the things more clear for all of you and easier, I'm going to make an example. Look at this. I'm going to make something like this. People is working as soon as possible. Yep. La gente empieza people are, sorry, right here I made a mistake. People are working as soon as possible. La gente está empezando a trabajar lo más rápido posible. And I use this structure, look, as and as soon as possible. Remember, it could be an adjective or an adverb. Now, look at this. I'm going to make another sentence for all of you. My friend, Tony, is as best as his cousin Peter. Mi amigo Tony es mejor que su, o lo hace mejor que su compañero, o que su primo Peter. Yes, that's the way that we are making the structure. Now, I need to ask you if this is very, very clear for all of you. Tell me, yes, teacher, is something simple. The only thing that you need to follow is the rule. Tell me through the chat, please. Well, I need to move on because you answer yes through the chat. Now, it is time to explain you the following structure. Here we go. After this, we got the following ways to compare. Look at this. We got the following structure. We got the word the, plus we need to make a comparative. Yes? A comparative could be an adverb or an adjective, plus a noun, plus a comma. And after that, we need to make the same stuff. We need to add the word the, an adjective or an adverb, comparative, and a noun. So, right here, I wrote down a couple of sentences. The smarter they are, the faster finish the exam. So, look at this. I'm going to make a first sentence following the structure. First of all, we need to use the word the. Okay, let's write it. The. Then a comparative. The smarter they get, comma, the smarter they get, comma, the better I need to use, the better they finish their work. Look at this. This is the first example. The smarter they get, mientras más inteligentes ellos se vuelven, comma, the better they finish their work. Mejor terminan su trabajo. This is another way to compare. Look, I am using in the first part a comparative, and on the second one, I am also using a comparative. Yes? That is another way to make a comparative. Esa es otra manera, jóvenes, de hacer un comparativo. Es simplemente seguir la estructura y seguir la reglita. ¿Se entendió el primer ejercicio que hice? Confirmen por el chat, por favor. Díganme sí o no, o necesita que haga otro. Adelante, por favor. Okay, another one. Look at this. This is pretty easy. I'm going to start one more time with the. So let me use it. The. And now I need to make a comparative. Look, comparative. The crazier they get, comma, that's the first part. Ya tengo la primera parte. The crazier they get. Mientras más locos se vuelven, coma. Ahora fíjense, necesito utilizar otro ¿qué? Otro comparativo. The crazier they get, the worse they behave. The crazier they get, the worse they behave. Ahí está otro comparativo. Mientras más locos se vuelven, peor ellos se comportan. ¿Queda claro con ese ejemplo, jóvenes? La otra manera de hacer un comparativo. Confirmen por el chat, por favor. The crazier they get, the worse they behave. Doesn't matter. I'm going to make another one. Here we go. The happier she gets, the better she feels. Ahí está otro ejemplo. Mientras más feliz se vuelve, the better she feels. Mejor se siente ella. Voy a hacer otro ejemplo para que con los mismos comparativos que les he estado dando, voy a hacer más ejemplos. Ya tengo the smarter, the crazier. Por ejemplo, the biggest they become, comma, the better is the production. Mientras más grande se vuelve, en este caso la empresa, mejor es la producción, ¿vale? Creo que con esos ejercicios ya queda claro, ¿no? Tal vez se ve un poco confusa la estructura, pero creo que con esto ya queda demasiado claro, ¿no? Con los ejercicios, con los ejemplos. Confirmen por el chat, por favor. Muy bien, entonces. Perfecto. Let's move on forward then. Vamos a continuar. So, that's the way. Now, look at this. We got another ways to make a comparative. We need to follow the following structure. We need to use the word the, comparative, plus the word done, and a clause. I'm going to make it for all of them. The weather is worse than it used to be. Look at this. The weather is worse. Look, I am using a comparative. Estoy utilizando un comparativo, jóvenes. El clima es peor de lo que solía ser o de lo que solía estar. ¿Vale? Tenemos que utilizar the y un comparativo. Aquí está mi comparativo. Worse. Y la palabra than. Y una cláusula. ¿Qué? De lo que solía ser. O como solía ser, dependiendo del tiempo que estén hablando. Vamos a utilizar otro. The cold is worse than it was last year. Ahí tengo otra cláusula, fíjense. El frío está peor de lo que solía o de lo que fue el año pasado. Another sentence. The students of LNA Group A are smarter than they were before. Look at this. Los estudiantes del grupo A, de la licenciatura en negocios y mercadotecnia, son más inteligentes de lo que ellos eran antes. ¿Por qué? Porque ya tienen más conocimiento, ya tienen más experiencia, ya han trabajado, ya han aportado, ya han hecho proyectos. Entonces, creo que es el ejemplo perfecto, ¿no? ¿Queda claro cómo se utiliza esta cláusula? Confirmen por el chat, por favor. Well, thank you so much to all of you. That sounds very, very, very well. Thank you. So, these three new ways of making comparatives are already uploaded on the institutional platform. You can check it wherever you want. Now, let's complete the following exercise with this. Another ways to make superlatives. In this case, guys, I'm going to teach you how to make superlatives. We need to follow the following rule. First of all, in this rule, we need to add the, and then we need to make a superlative. Yes, that's the key word, superlative. It could be with short or long adjectives. And then we need to add the word ever. Now, here we go. I'm going to make a first sentence. The performer. The English class is, and then we need to make a superlative. The English class is better than The English class is the best ever. La clase de inglés es la mejor de siempre. ¿Vale? Maybe you can say another one. The Coca-Cola is the worst soda ever. This one, it could work like a fact or an opinion. Este tipo de superlativo puede funcionar como un hecho o como una opinión, jóvenes. Aquí ya tenemos más ejemplos. Last summer was the hottest ever. This is the fastest roller coaster ever. The performance was his best ever. Messi is the best ever. and so on and so on. For instance, I got this perfect example for all of you. The career of is the best ever. Don't you think? La carrera de licenciatura en negocios y mercadotecnia es la mejor por siempre. ¿Están de acuerdo conmigo? Confirmen por el chat, por favor. ¿Ya ven? Es la mejor por siempre. Al final, jóvenes, siempre se tiene que utilizar la palabra ever. Siempre. Otro ejemplo. Messi is the worst soccer player ever. Messi es el peor jugador de fútbol por siempre. Cristiano is the best soccer player ever. Cristiano es el mejor jugador por siempre. ¿Vale? Esa es una de las otras maneras en las cuales podemos comparar. Hacer un superlativo. ¿Vale? Ahí les pongo más ejemplos. Y por último tendríamos la siguiente manera. En esta, primero tenemos que hacer un comparativo. Y por último poner la palabra than ever. Aquí vamos. The iPhone is more expensive than ever. If we want to translate this sentence, it could be something like this. El iPhone está más caro que nunca. La palabra than ever significaría que nunca, ¿vale? Another sentence. The weather is hotter than ever. El clima está más caliente que nunca, ¿vale? Si salimos a las 2, 3 de la tarde, bueno, lo podemos comprobar. Ahí ya tenemos más ejercicios. Siguiente. The price of Pepsi is cheaper than ever. Ahí estamos haciendo otro ejercicio. The price of Pepsi is cheaper than ever. El precio de la Pepsi está más barato que nunca. ¿Vale? So, remember, this is the way that we can make comparatives and superlatives. Yes, I agree with you, Laura. This is easier. Está más fácil esta manera de comparar. Creo que se me hace más fácil que la de la primera. Esta. Pero bueno, por lo menos se les expliqué para que los ejercicios de SMART no tengan tanta dificultad de hacer los ejercicios. Muy bien. Vamos a hacer un último ejemplo y después les doy información general. I think that this is a good one. The price of gas is more expensive than ever. El precio de la gasolina está más caro que nunca. ¿Vale? ¿Queda claro, jóvenes, cómo se realiza esta manera de hacer un comparativo? Está muy sencillo, ¿no? Es simplemente seguir la estructura y ustedes podrán hacer sus propios ejercicios. ¿Vale? Confirmen por el chat, ¿sí? Muy bien, sí, ya todos me están diciendo que sí, eso es bueno. Thanks so much. So, as far as you can see, This was the last part of unit number 3. Now, I think that you can finish all your work on SMART, and I'm going to tell you something. If you have finished, if you have complete your 5 exercise on SMART, you can continue with the exercise that I upload you on the institutional platform. Once you have finished that exercise, well, get ready, because tomorrow I'm going to assign you all the rest of the exercise in SMART. Yes, in this case, we got 7 exercises that you will have the time to complete by yourself, by your own. Remember, you got tomorrow, that is Wednesday, you got Thursday, you got Friday, you got Saturday and Sunday. You're going to have 5 days to finish your exercise. Remember that tomorrow we're not going to have class. We're not going to have a video call, nor on Thursday, nor on Friday. This is the last video call of the week. Remember, today is Tuesday. I want that you tomorrow focus, please, on your English hours to make your exercise on SMART. That's what I want for all of you. It is essential. Now, I explain you this in Spanish in any case that you got lost. Les explico, jóvenes. Hoy es la última videollamada de la semana. Ayer tuvimos una, hoy tuvimos la segunda. ¿Qué quiero que pasen los días siguientes, en los días posteriores? Tienen miércoles, jueves y viernes hábiles, sábado y domingo, para terminar su unidad número 3. Mañana voy a asignar los ejercicios restantes de SMART y ahí ustedes se van a poner a trabajar. Recuerden, en SMART, mañana voy a asignar los 7 ejercicios que faltan para terminar la unidad y no se les olvide que en la plataforma institucional les puse unos ejercicios de práctica para el tema de los comparativos y superlativos. ¿Por qué hago esto? Porque eso es una manera en la cual dividimos bien el tiempo y queda claro las actividades. Por ahí chequé su grupo y ustedes hicieron muy bien su trabajo la semana pasada. Como lo pedí, la mayoría hizo sus 5 actividades. Y bueno, van a tener el tiempo de sobra para realizar lo que les resta. Y no van a estar presionados. Eso era lo que yo quería, que no se presionaran tanto. De que llegáramos al domingo ya habiendo completado por lo menos la mitad de los ejercicios. Lo único que les pido, por favor, es que, bueno, traten de trabajar lo más rápido posible y, sobre todo, terminar esos ejercicios. Entonces, si no tienen alguna duda, comentario, queja, sugerencia, de mi parte sería todo. Jóvenes, agradecerles por estar presentes en la videollamada y nos veríamos hasta el próximo lunes en una nueva unidad. Pero recuerden, sí, ahorita Guadalupe, no se preocupe. Ahorita, si tienen alguna duda, ahorita les recuerden, tienen todos estos días para terminar SMART, ¿sí? La tercera unidad. Sí, Guadalupe, lo voy a subir, no se preocupe. Ahorita instantáneamente lo subo, ¿vale? Entonces, terminen SMART, por favor, de nada. Y les deseo lo mejor en su trabajo. Que pasen una linda tarde.
Gracias, mi profe. Igual que pasen una buena tarde.
Gracias, Ceci. Nos vemos.
Nos vemos viendo la otra clase, pues, profe.
Nos vemos. Les va muy bien.